Hello everybody. Anybody that sees this, welcome to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. I'm just doing this quick update for a minute to let everybody know what's been taking place with me over the last couple hours. My body has been getting filled up with what feels like water. My whole right side, right down from the top of my head to my foot. I am going through identity theft. I am being completely numbed. My skull is being deformed. I am the victim of identity theft, and how it's being done to me is through Ontario Provincial Police, Lennox and Addington, Napanee, revenge retaliation, through them and their co-offending inmates, drug traffickers, human sex trade, slavery traffickers, children to pedophiles, adults to sex offenders, financial thefts and frauds, identity thefts and frauds, pension thefts and frauds, obvious identity thefts and frauds, brain injury, skull splitting, skull deforming, body mutilations, kidnapping, sex assault, lies, time buying, cover-ups, arrest refusals except for on their victims. And how this come to be is for me speaking of police crimes, but right now my identity theft is done, so I have absolutely no feeling in my head anymore whatsoever. My skull has been completely and totally deformed. I am the end of my bloodline. Look at this. From being broadcasted through, my skull's been split right here. And you could tell the differences in my skull from it being right here. I'm being broadcasted through on this side right now as I'm doing this from someone called Tyler Lake, who is well-known OPP human trafficker and co-offender. These people get paid $300 a day. They are untouchable. They're unarrestable. Lies, time buying, cover-ups. So, these are just a couple pictures of me to show that, I have been going through identity theft changes. This here is a picture of Tyler Lake. He is the human trafficker. He's an identity thief. He's OPP co-offender, and he needs to be found, and he needs to be arrested immediately for attempted murder. This is Blair Hardy. He's allegedly Bandito's leader. He's allegedly in jail right now. He is OPP co-offender and boss, human trafficker, drug trafficker, and he is guilty of murdering my mother with William Billy Wooldridge back in 2022. These pictures here are just some of the deformings that I go through on a daily basis from being broadcasted through by these different people. Once again, that's Tyler Lake. He lives here in Napanee, and he needs to be found, arrested, and charged, but nobody in this town is arrestable or chargeable, no matter how much proof you have of crimes. This is all being done to me through remote neural monitoring. Here's another one. All of these pictures and more are on my Facebook page, which is under Christwood. So if anybody thinks that identity thefts cannot happen, I am proof of it that it is. This here is a picture of alleged William Billy Woolridge of 149 Center Street North. He is alleged Hells Angels boss, Ontario chapter. He is a human sex trade, slavery trafficker, a pedophile, a stalker, identity thief, and he is guilty of murder. And he is a boss to OPP. This is a reason why I show my tattoo on my hand as well. So all these different changes happening to me from remote neural monitoring back in 2019. I was at my previous address and I was shot by something. And this is what remote neural monitoring is. A lot of people do not know about this technology. This is why they're getting away with this and how they are getting away with it. It's been in use since the 60s. This here is a picture of a guy named Jay Benalstein. He is guilty. He needs to be found. He is an identity thief. He's a human trafficker, and he needs to be found and arrested and charged for murder or attempted murder. This is another picture of him. And he is most likely hiding out on East Street here in Napanee, Ontario, with a guy named Ray Ray and his roommate Sam. They are all using this remote neural monitoring on me. They are passing it around, and in the process, I am being seriously injured and I am being seriously deformed from this. I am the last of my bloodline. I have not been able to get any help or being taken serious about what has taken place with me because of how it's being done and who it's being done to and why, for revenge retaliation for me speaking of police crimes, and I will not be proven wrong. So I just want to show another more live of my skull that this has taken place because I've been called liar about all of this stuff. This whole right side of my face is completely gone. This is not my image. I hope that was seen. This is the kind of deforming I go through on a daily basis. My skull gets flattened, it gets rounded out, it gets elongated, it gets shortened. And I go through these changes by all these people using the remote neural monitoring on me, broadcasting through me. Right now, all I'm feeling is a guy named Tyler Lake using this on me. So, and I am being completely and totally numbed down from this. I have absolutely no feeling anymore or stimulation in my head whatsoever from being injured and damaged over the course of 3 years. I have been trying to get help with this. There has been serious lies against me stating that I have a long criminal record in history, and none of that is true. There's been lies against me stating that I have long psychological record in history. None of that is true. And the ones that cast that lie, they need to answer for those lies against me to get away with what they're getting away with. This whole right side of my face is complete, or left side of my face now is starting to push in, sink in. This is how OPP get away. Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police are getting away with human trafficking. How they are getting away with framing. I also have illegal prisoner tracking on me as well from William Bill Wooldridge or Blair Hardy, one of them, because every time I go out, when this first started, I was constantly being stalked. I would walk out my door and he would know where I am, just like that. But then again, the guy was going by my house sometimes between 12 to 15 hours a day, constantly. How? Because of me having the remote neural monitoring on me and also the police tracking. I'm going to wrap this up. I just wanted to do this quick update, this live stream or whatever. I am still used to this, but in the meantime, I would like some feedback from my subscribers. And by the way, I am very thankful for you. I would like some feedback of some of the content that you would like to see me do here on my channel, because I am not going to just be doing this talking about what has taken place with me. A lot of it will be, yes, but I also would like to be doing other more live stuff as well that people will actually come back for and enjoy. So I would, if you have any ideas of what you'd like to see me do on this channel, then leave a comment down below. And I'm gonna wrap this up. The whole right side of my face right in here is all completely gone, and the right side of my body, it feels like it's actually filling up with water or fluid. I have been coughing up blood. I only have one lung now. If I could go to the hospital and actually get medical help to prove all of this, then it could be very well proven. I probably lost approximately 3 to 5 inches off of my skull from it being deformed over the course of 3 years. Dr. Tatiana B., A.K. Margie B., Lennox and Addington County General Hospital, you basically signed my death certificate for this to be done so I would not be taken serious. Well, everybody is conveniently unarrestable, even having a justice of the peace make accusations against me, stating that I was high on marijuana over being sexually assaulted. So, okay, I believe that was done to obstruct. And because I am by myself, it makes it a lot easier for them to get away with, to lie about it. This is another reason why I am having such a hard problem being taken serious about what has taken place with me, no matter how much I prove anything around here. I'd go to the hospital and I would just be Chris with a headache, or they would think that I was on drugs and I was there to dry out. No, my skull was being deformed. I was even taking pictures and video to show them. I walked in to get by a Dr. Fardell, or a Dr. Sue, excuse me. At the time, at Lennox and Addington County General Hospital, my skull was swelling up, and she actually looked like she was maybe only about 15 years old. But anyway, she walked in to see me, asked me what was going on, and I told her, and she told me to take off my hat. Her response is, "Your hat fits, you're fine, you can go home." Okay, I think that they are possibly psychic and they know exactly what is going on internally with me. I've never had as much as a stethoscope stuck on me from that hospital. I was charged for them. I was charged by that hospital as well for harassment under false pretenses, calling the hospital and stating what was taking place with the doctors, their negligence, their criminal negligence, with intent to commit their discriminations and their abuses, what was taking place. So as a result, I believe that they co-conspired with some certain people here, and I'm not saying that out of paranoia in any way, shape, or form, to have me charged first because of me wanting it done for them for so long, being surrounded by hands-on guns by the police and having it on video to prove it. Kidnapped 24 hours after asking for help, May 27th, 2021. And then when they found out what they actually done, they left. And that was under false pretenses of incompetency, actually, which is 100% BS. So, but anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. If anything happens to me because I cannot get any help, which I've been trying for, my name is Chris Wood. I hope that I am remembered. I hope that I am taken serious. I live on Dundas Street. All the pictures and people that I have shown, they are co-offenders with OPP and the doctors here. Spencer Mills, 14716, ex-chief, who actually had me shot. He was in a black Jeep or a white Jeep Wrangler back in 2019, and it was actually, I remember clearly, it was about 3 p.m. He drove by, he waved at me. When I waved back, I believe that was a sign because a black truck pulled up beside him, and they pointed something and they shot it, and it went into my right ear, and that's when all of the problems started, the medical problems, the lies, the cover-ups, the treatment refusals, the discriminations, and everything else against me. So I am going to wrap this up. Be safe, everybody. Love all, hate none. And like I said, I'd like some ideas of some content of what people would like to see. In the meantime, the ones that I have shown, they need to be found and they need to be arrested. Outside police or somebody need to come in and do something about what has taken place here. I am the end of my bloodline, and I am a revenge retaliation victim because of it, for speaking up, trying to save lives, and that is the only thing I tried to do, along with myself. My mother was stalked. The ones William Bill Wooldridge and Blair Hardy were calling my mother mom. At the time, they were using the remote neuro monitoring on her, and from the EMFs and the radiation that this stuff causes, it caused tumors in my mother. It caused cancer in my mother, and from her age, it took her life. And I do believe 100% that it was done with intent. So, this tech is known to give cancers to people, to tumors to people. The drug overdoses that have been taking place within Napanee, the people that do drugs, the addicts, it is caused from Blair Hardy and the other ones named, who are the drug traffickers here, and they are the ones lacing the drugs to cause those deaths. Be safe, everybody. Love all, hate none. Hit that like, share, subscribe. And this is very serious because I have nothing left of myself, and this has nothing to do with mental illness in any way, shape, or form. Excuse me. This has to do with me being injured and not being able to get help or doing anything about it. If I was to be able to get even a MRI or a brainwave scan or something done, it would prove the brain injuries that I've been talking about. I have a video also to show my skull severely split as well to prove this while being called a liar. Love all, hate none.